Hi, I am Osman. I am an energy healer on a master level with telepathic capabilities, specializing in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses, also amongst a host of other physiological, psychological, and spiritual ailments. I'm also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher. Visit my website yogawellness786.com for more information on my services. Also remember, my therapies are all natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. Can you access advanced levels of yoga and meditation without initiation? The answer is definitely yes, but it's requires a lot of discipline and theoretically, from my knowledge, practicing the yoga postures alone on a consistent basis of at least once a week, right? For about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, once a week, will activate your spiritual energy uh, and unblock your chakras as well. So any blockages in your chakras, I know many people, they have blocked heart chakras and sacral chakras and solar plexus chakras and the throat. All these, are blocked. But the simple practices of hatha yoga, a very simple practice that can take you initially, less than 3 minutes a day. If you go to my website, yogawellness786.com, you can download for free my 5-minute yoga and meditation. So from that, you can slowly develop it. Yes, it will awaken your spiritual energy with time and practice. So from the theory that I learned in yoga sciences, it says that the hatha yoga practice will awaken the kundalini energy, and I didn't understand what it was. And I was just 10 years old when I started these practices, and I mainly concentrated on the yoga postures. I didn't focus on the breath work and the meditation because it was very confusing to me, and I didn't have proper guidance on how to observe the techniques. I received the theoretical lessons, right? I mean, you can go online and get all the lessons. I did get that, but I found it was sufficient, and to just do the yoga postures, and I wasn't motivated, as a young child and a young boy, right, into mindfulness and breathwork practices. And then, of course, I was involved in sport and martial arts, and I used to love playing tennis, in my teens, and focusing on studies, right, and cycling and jogging and things like that, and basketball. Those were more my passion than breathwork and mindfulness. But practicing the hatha yoga posture just once a week at that time, and intermittently I used to do it like maybe 2 3 times, but not really. I will say I was consistent with once a week, right? uh, and then by the age of 19, I experienced my first samadhi. No initiation, no spiritual this thing. So because I just started to, someone taught me a mantra, not initiating me into the mantra. I just described it. They describe it to everyone, right? Generally, and I said, okay, let me just try it. And boom, within few days, I started to. Within the first day, I think by the first day, I started to feeling the blissful feeling, right? And by the third day it started to intensify, and then within a month or two of me starting it and commencing it, I fell unconscious with samadhi, right? So I didn't know what is spiritual initiation, awakening the spirituality, and this is going to, but that is what happened. And so does it mean you have to wait? Because I started the hatha yoga around, or the yoga around 10 years old, and experienced this by 19. Does it mean it have to take you 9 years? No, I don't know. If I knew what is spiritual awakening and what is somehow, I would have been excited to experiment with it you know um, much earlier, and I didn't have a way to know how to awaken it anyway. I didn't know that it was possible by that mantra and so forth, right? And what number to do and so forth. So whereas advanced levels of meditation, And yoga, can only be achieved if your spirituality is awakened. And most of the uh, people in the field of spirituality and the yoga sciences say it's impossible for you to awaken your spirituality on your own. You need someone else to come unlock it and put it, and makes it easier, right? And they will guide you, in the process. So yes, they know the way and they can show you, but it doesn't necessarily mean that, right? I From my personal experience, can attest to it. And theoretically also, this is the reason for hatha yoga. And keeping the practice of hatha yoga, it also acts to keep your chakras unblocked, right? Which is very important, because sometimes you can spiral downwards, and your chakras, your negative energy can, invade your energy centers, especially when you involved in regular life and you come across very negative people or negative situations, and this can really put you down and affect you negatively. But by practicing the postures, it helps to clear all those things and relift you and keep you in a state of alpha 24/7, right? Where the mind is in the alpha frequency. And that frequency is where you are totally calm and you're totally together and totally centered 24/7, right? Yes, now and then you can get angry and disturbed and so forth, but by default, you'll jump back. By default, you'll go back to that alpha state within a few minutes, or, after a short time, like 20, 15, 30 minutes or so, you go back to, being calm and relaxed, which is an amazing way to be, because you are more together, you can make better decisions, and you do things you enjoy every day. You are calm and you are relaxed, and you are not affected by depression or excitement, right? You are, really having an amazing life. Life becomes truly amazing when you are calm and relaxed, irrespective of the ups and downs. And I've been experiencing the state of alpha. I didn't know what is alpha state of mind and so forth that time. It was always like very calm and relaxed. And no matter what the stressful situation, we're coming to an exam situation, or, I have to give a speech in front of the class and so forth, I was always calm and relaxed, right? And yes, a little bit of nervousness, but generally very calm, relaxed, noticeably calm and relaxed, by everyone who knew me, right? I was different. I was really someone was generally very together and very calm, always known for that. From around like 13 years old, I started to get comments on it. So within 2 to 3 years of practicing, just the postures, it brought about that state, of calm. So it is not necessary that you want to do the hatha yoga or the postures for spirituality. Maybe that's not your thing, awakening a spirituality and so forth. And I wasn't interested in all that, in the first 9 years of my life. And I didn't go towards awakening my spirituality. It just happened by accident. I just was, curious to practice the mantra, because they said it's going to bring about, very positive results in your life, and you're going to turn your life around within a 6-month period, and they give a money guarantee on it and so forth. And I was curious to test it, right? So and had that experience. But yeah, but other than that, you can maintain without even doing practicing breath work or meditation, all that, right? So a lot of people said, oh, yoga is not, twisting yourself into noodles, but it is something. It's a standalone practice that can help you tremendously. And if you do it just once a week, go to some yoga class, once a week, and or just find something online and practice a few basic postures, right? And download my free yoga and meditation, 5-minute yoga and meditation, you know, and practice just a few minutes a day, which you can practice, in your bed. And just visit my website, yogawellness786.com, and download it's a free download. And then slowly, once you start experiencing something positive from the simple practice, consistently, then you can start adding on to it, right? There's so many, yoga teachers online and postures, and even I will try to put in a link for the 7 most important postures that I usually practice on a regular basis. And there's no need, in my opinion, more than those 7, right? Postures, and it is sufficient to get the highest levels of benefit, for normal life, as well as if you want to go into spirituality as well. So I'll try to remember, because I have created that video, and I'll try to put a link to it in my website on the homepage as well. I'll try to do this, shortly, within the next day or two. So take care of yourself, and remember that life, can be amazing, and these are simple tools that can enhance and enrich the quality of your life. So take care always.